remember. Told me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to these guppies and rebel now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high. I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to these guppies and rebel now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high. I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to these guppies and rebel now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high. I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Good enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high. I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Crazy on me.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We back with another Music Monday on this Monday, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and I make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know this is Music Monday. Y'all see the topic, and I'm gonna let my homie go ahead and introduce himself.
Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? It's Dev Dunks. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hasn't been much activity going on lately. Me and Polo was just talking about that before we started. So, I mean, I guess if you're picking up anything, go ahead and go for it now. The holidays coming up, so it's gonna get crazy, and we still got a lot more stuff that's dropping. So, like we both said, you said I'm not mad at it, me either. So,
Yeah, I'm
uh,
not mad at that. You can save a little bit of money. You know what I mean? At
oh
least
yeah,
for
of
me,
course,
that's
of
what I'm
course.
saying. Like, it's
Hey,
an
I don't
expensive
think I
hobby
don't think
collecting sneakers.
And I don't think anybody can argue that.
It's definitely like an expensive hobby, man.
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh yeah.
um, but it comes with the game. Like the next thing I'm looking for is those cherry 12s.
Yeah.
And to be honest, anything after that for me is extra, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I want to point out something. Like you said earlier in the year, you were only really looking for the playoff eights and the cherries. So you've got one of two so far. So
Yeah, true. I've gotten everything I've asked for so
yeah.
far
Oh
for
yeah.
the
Oh
most
yeah.
part, so I can't really trip, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
let's see. Tonight's topic, we're talking basically. Mace has come out and kind of like alleged slash threw out some hints that Diddy maybe allegedly has ties to the Tupac situation
Mm.
with suspect Keefy D now being locked up. But Keefy D was mentioning Diddy's name a lot, saying that allegedly that it was a hit he had put out for a millie. Now I don't know if any of that is true or not, but I'm gonna read through what Mace had to say because maybe by that time him and Mace were like pretty much they were dropping hits like left and right, man. So pretty much we already know where that could go. Looks like Dunks froze. If he comes back in, I'll put him back in. Give me like 2 seconds. It looks like Dunks froze for a second. Give me like 2 seconds. If his stuff links back up, it should come back in. But if not, let me put myself on the main screen real quick. I think Dunks probably knows that he's froze, so I'll give him like 2 seconds. Yeah, it looks like we lost Dunks connection wise, but let's see. Let me put myself back on. Let me put myself on the main screen. Hold on, everybody. All right, y'all should be able to hear me now. Cool. So if Dunks comes back into the live, I'll add him back on for sure. My bad about that, everybody. But pretty much we're talking what Mace may or may not possibly know about the Diddy situation. Looks like Dunks is coming back in. Let me add him back in real quick. Hold on, Dunks. For us, boom, say something.
Yo.
Okay, cool. Dunks is back in the building. So you didn't miss too much. I was just saying, like, Diddy may or may not have put a hit out on that. I'm gonna see what Mace is kind of joking with. I kind of seen a clip of it, but I didn't really go in depth of it. So I'm gonna dissect that tonight as well.
This is actually news to me. Like I said, I saw what people were saying it, but like I said, I haven't like read into it. So, uh, whatever you say, like it's news to me. Also, I saw where 50 even chimed in and told him that he better get ready. Pretty much,
Yeah, 50 is the king of trolls, man. But I mean, could he be on to something here? Maybe.
I mean, but if like I said, if Keith himself is speaking on it, and then you got 50 speaking on it, and
But see, this
Mace now, so I mean, this is three people already.
this my thing with Keefy D. He already came out a long time ago, and I think don't quote me on this. I believe it was back in 2008. He went on and dropped the bomb, and like he got like immunity or whatever. But kind of weird that it's coming back up. Like they're like it didn't happen. So I don't know what he violated part of the deal to get him caught back in this, but he did throw Diddy's name around a lot.
Hmm.
You know, so that's what we got to look at. And then also, I want to talk this Drake and Joe Budden beef that's been going on for seems like forever now, man. And it looks like Joe gave a critique to Drake's latest album, um, For All the Dogs, which I don't know if you had a chance to listen to it or not. I have listened to it all the way through, And I would say, yeah, it's probably, if we're gonna go like out of five, you know what I mean? Like, then we're going to say, it's definitely above average, but not like something that I would like. I ain't gonna say is the best Drake album, right? I personally still listen to nothing was the same, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just one of my things there. So we're gonna touch on that beef, kind of see where that's going, and then pretty much I guess we can start right off with the Diddy situation. Also, I think Suge Knight chimed in. So I just want to see where that's at with that. Let me see what all we got in the chat real quick. And then of course, y'all sign up for that sold out Discord. It is free to sign up, and the link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it is free to sign up if you haven't done so already, man. So let's see what we got in the building. We got Proficient says, y'all had the OG cherries. I didn't have an OG pair of cherries. I wish. That's why they're so sentimental for me right now. Last time those were out, I want to say it was back in 2009. Don't quote me, but last time the OG cherry dropped, or the last cherry 12s that dropped, was in 2009. Don't quote me, but I'm almost positive. Y'all know, because I just been obviously eyeing the shoe. So with looking at the shoe dropping this year, also a lot of information comes with it too. As y'all know, I'm getting ready to probably gear up and get a video out here pretty soon on it.
Yeah.
Proficient says, well, the retros, I mean, no, I didn't have those. Big Bank says, peace. What up, Big Bank?
Yo.
What up? Proficient says, real ones did cherries. Big Bank says, I had the OG cherries in 7th grade. Okay, that's what's up. Proficient 100 says, I see you had them in 10th grade. Leather quality was butter, bro, on my soul. New drop better be candy. Okay, that means good. Man, I'm probably telling my age a little bit too, man. Y'all got the new slang, but put the kid on, man. If that's what y'all call it, gotta be candy. Proficient says, this popped up random on my feed. Okay, cool. No worries, man. Big Bang says, exactly, bro. I saw my Retro 12 playoffs because I wasn't pleased with the quality. Okay. That quality always gonna be hit or miss, especially when it comes to the 12s. It's usually, you can usually see the glue sting sometimes, but I'm hoping the cherries they got us right. But I think quality goes down by, and I can contradict this easily. I know some people that can contradict. I feel like quality goes down on the sneaker the more they produce, the more they make. If you got a million pairs dropping, I don't know how many people they got making the shoes at one time, but hell, I don't care how many it is. You making a million of anything, it's gonna be exhausting.
Yeah, and this is like pretty much a hype drop, so I think there's gonna be a lot produced. So let's hopefully.
You think a lot of people are really gonna go for the cherries?
I feel like they'll do like pretty much how the 8s did. They'll like slowly sell out.
Like the playoff 8, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah. And the playoff 8s, they've restocked them at least 3 or 4 times. So I feel like anybody who's wanted them now, you can have them. So maybe it'll be one of those where they'll restock it a couple times too, which I won't be mad at.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Slayer says we in here 100. Proficient says yes, 2009. So I was correct. Proficient says you on point. Big Bank says I had them in 97. Divine Photo says supposedly there's 170,000 pairs of cherries.
Wow.
There you go. Sounds like a decent amount, fair enough. Because I don't feel like the younger generation is gonna go for them, but who knows? I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Big Bank says 98. My bad. You good? Proficient says the quality is becoming better again. I noticed within the last couple of years, so they trying, man. Let's see. Says drop my sub, gang. Okay, appreciate that. Thank you for subbing up. Assuming that's what you said. So, yeah, we'll see. Quality still be hit or miss over the years, man. Because I could think of some stuff that dropped in 2020 and 2021. The quality just wasn't there. Especially whenever it seemed like you can tell not only on shoes like the cherries, but when the shoe is like suede, you can tell when the glue bleeded over. That's the best way I can describe it. But at the same time, if you got to make a whole lot of something, then yeah, what you expect. Prince says the lost and found quality is perfect if you got a good pair. Because remember, there was also the moldy issue with those. Remember, some people had to return them back. There was moldy issues. Like that's what I'm saying. You may get lucky and get a perfect pair, but not all of them are perfect. I don't know how they're storing them, this, that, and the third. So yeah, you got to take that with you got to say as you one of the lucky ones. Now, I think my pair was pretty good. but at the same time, it varies because it definitely has emojis.
Yeah.
Big Bang says exactly, Jay. So yeah, but I don't think the younger generation are gonna go for him unless like the OGs put their kids on, which I wouldn't be surprised. I think this should be a good. I don't know if they're gonna do a full size family run on these though.
I mean, with 175,000, I'm sure.
Sounds like it, yeah. Let's see. Big Bang says my pair was perfect. Provision says, oh yeah, I don't know about that mo ish. LOL. Yeah, well that happened to a lot of people, man. So pretty much let's dive right into this Music Monday, man. Let's start with the Mace situation and what he says, and then we're gonna transition in about 30 minutes to the Drake and Joe Budden to close things out because I mean I don't know what it is with those two. I think even Drake had tried to make amends with him, but you know how Joe Budden is. Um,
Mhm.
and to be fair, is it okay considering now that Joe Budden doesn't rap anymore, but he can critique rap? But sometimes I feel like his wording, he goes a little bit too much, but he's doing it for clicks and views too. You know, if I had to guess.
I mean, I don't. I mean, I think at this point everybody's seen the reply that Drake had for Joe Budden. Uh, I don't
But
think it's fair for Drake to completely call him a failure. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, because if you think about it, if we can mention you, whether you however many hits you got, even if you're a one hit wonder, not saying Joe is, but even if we talk about some of the great one hit wonders, hey, they did something right. You know what I mean?
I mean,
And go
because
ahead.
if you want to play, because if you want to go at it, then Joe Budden can say, "Hey, well, how you doing over with your clothes? You know, with your merchandise."
And then you know Drake's gonna say you never had any. You know, like I mean, they can go back and forth for years. You know, and clearly ain't none of them gonna do anything or anything like that. I think just Joe's delivery, it was some truth to what he said, but he just I guess he just went in there and he speaks how he feels, and that's what separates him apart probably from the other podcasters. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
let's see. Devon says Drake got overly sensitive by writing a long ass paragraph. To be honest, to be fair, Drake shouldn't. You don't have to say anything. Your music's doing numbers. You know what I mean. All you have
Yeah.
to do
I
is
mean,
post
all
up.
that stuff he said was like kind of. It was kind of uncalled for. You know, you don't gotta like call him a failure and tell him he had to switch careers and talk about like his, just talk about his music career. Like, I mean, okay, you're doing good. Like, you're doing so well. Why do you need to even respond to what a podcaster says? Because I'm sure academics
Exactly.
are going to have something to say.
He
You know,
did. He
so,
basically backed Joe. But go ahead.
so I'm just saying, like you can't get mad because are you going to do this to every fan that pretty much says the same thing or
Yeah,
thinking the
not
same thing Bill
everybody gonna.
said?
Yeah, not everybody gonna like your music. Period.
Or did you see what Ebro said?
No, I missed that one. What he say?
Well, Ebro pretty much backed Joe Budden. He was like, how can he call him pretty much a complete failure when he was one of your big inspirations? So that's like calling 99% of today's rappers failures because they look up to Drake.
Yeah, and to be honest, before Drake, it was Wayne. So
Yeah, so I mean,
and I ain't bragging or nothing, but safe to say, Drake has surpassed Wayne, numbers and all that wise, you know what I mean?
oh yeah,
The better music and numbers and music quality and who can rap better, that's a different debate. But if we're gonna go off numbers, I think he's been holding it down for over 10 years. I'm
oh
with
yeah.
you. Drake didn't even have to say anything. I guess we're just gonna keep on the Drake topic and then we'll close out with the Mason Diddy joint.
Okay.
Because we already kind of flowed into this one naturally. But easily to say this, like you said, he didn't have to say anything. And I do think he did have to be fair though, he has the right to defend himself. I'm gonna say that. Did he go a little bit overboard in his feelings? I mean, to be honest, your replies on social media, which I don't really do a lot of, you gotta be witty, short, and simple and to the point. People not from to read all that anyway. I know I
But
didn't.
because it's Drake, everybody took that minute and 30 seconds to read that, or however long it took you, 45,
He should have
seconds.
he could have probably gotten a studio quicker and just made another diss song. I think also, if I'm not mistaken, when they were beefing last time or time before that, I think Joe Budden actually dropped some bars for him. I think he did 3 diss songs back to
Yeah,
back.
because I think Drake's got to still be mad about something. to go that deep, be that personal about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I think he tried to make him think trying to make amends with somebody, and they just won't make he won't make amends with him. So
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean, because you got to think maybe Joe Budden just can't take Drake serious. You know?
maybe sounds like that. Um, I don't know, man. I guess I'm kind of biased. I am a Drake fan, but um, I see what Joe Budden is saying. Like, to be honest, he's saying that he's still trying to keep in with the younger generation versus like just rapping. He's not letting his music age. And I guess Joe Budden is looking at, like, like we haven't seen, and I guess this is some truth to this too. We haven't seen, like, Drake has switched up all the styles, all the flow, but we haven't seen the maturity flow that I guess we are anticipating him to be. But also Drake is 36, so he's around our age group. And
Yeah.
so I don't know, maybe Joe, he could have just stuck it with the album though. I feel like that's what he was focused on, but it seemed like it was also personal with Drake too. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's no right or wrong, I guess. So, um, let me read through the rest of the chat. Divine Photo says Drake openly wrote that paragraph. He says, "If your album was mid, do better, do better the next time." I mean, this is my thing too. It's an album critique. He didn't have to say anything at all. Keep it moving. Proficient says Drake ain't been the 10 last 10 years. Some of that stuff he has dropped has been completely trash, to be honest. Um, to be honest, I missed the, like, what, Thank Me Later album. That was Nothing Was the Same, one of my favorite albums for sure. Um, he definitely he got a lot of bangers though. I feel like it comes to a time where sometimes you got to realize you just got to go to the feature lane, like getting Drake's on a whole bunch of features, but he haven't really been doing a lot of features lately. And then, to be honest, that collaboration album he did with 21 Savage, I'm not feeling that at all. Looks like I froze like 2 seconds. Hold on, let me
Yeah.
see. Give me like 2 seconds. But what he did with that was complete trash. So hold on, let me see if I can unfreeze myself real quick. But overall, I don't know. I feel like there's more there's more he could have done to the situation. So hold on, let me see if I can bring myself back. I may have to like start the whole little, hold on real quick, because the joint ain't like unfreezing me. Hold on real quick. It's like yours is fine. Let's see. Maybe I gotta exit the room and come back. Be kind of weird. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna put myself on the main screen, see if that'll bring me back, and then hold on. Back in action. Let's see. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me okay. My bad, y'all. We kind of just froze up. I don't know why it does that like every now and then. But anyway, like I was just saying though, I still feel like Drake still has some like monumental, like great albums. Let me
I
also
mean,
read.
yeah, but
Go
you
ahead.
can look at that, but we're talking about like of today. Like obviously, he's built his legacy. Now it's time to transition into what a man of your age and career stature should be doing. Like not to say like you should just follow like that textbook, but start making like that music. That your generation can understand.
So you think he's just too
Like
busy trying to
yeah,
cater
like
to
Joe
the younger
said,
audience?
like Joe said, he shouldn't still be messing around with 25-year-olds.
Yeah, I mean, true. I feel you. Maybe. Yeah, I feel you. I see both sides. I see both sides.
I mean,
Let me.
yeah, me too. I mean,
I see both
stick to
sides.
what
Is what I'm
works,
gonna say.
stick to what works, but also I get where Joe is saying, you know, it's time to transition and stop making music for, like kids that's 15, 10 years younger than you.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So I mean, valid. I see both. I mean, I feel like he just gotta find a way to transition it smoothly without nobody noticing. You
I
know.
mean, but a hardcore fan is gonna notice. And you gotta think his older music sounded like it should be for today than
Yeah.
what new
I'll
music.
give you
You know what
that.
I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Big Bank says Travis and Drake albums are both trash this year. Dunks, Travis is your boy. Thoughts on that?
No, I agree. I agree.
Me for Travis per se, uh, I don't like. I can listen to his stuff, but like honestly, after a week, I'm done. I don't want to ever listen to it again. So I give him the numbers because I check it out and it's dope. But at the same time, it's not. It doesn't. It doesn't. I don't think he makes that long term quality music where you can listen to it years later.
I mean, especially. I mean, this album especially. It was like pretty much a Kanye ripoff.
Yeah, and you did say that. You did. Um,
You know.
let's see. Divine Photo says, and Drake dad wrote a long paragraph too about Joe Budden, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah, he
why
did.
you? I didn't even know that. What does dad say? I gotta find that. I gotta find that. Like, why he even getting involved though? I'm with Divine. Why he even getting involved?
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much because he is what like 50 or 60, and he wants to be 36. It's Drake is
Yeah, it's like he
26.
want to live. It like he wants to live through his son for real.
Exactly, I'm saying, and Drake wants to be 26. You know.
Yeah, I know, right? I gotta pull this up. Drake dad this Joe Budden. I'm gonna pull it up because I'm just very curious what he even wrote. I'm pretty sure if I just Google this, it's got to be somewhere on the internet. Yeah, Drake's dad goes Fury triad against old haters following Drake Joe Budden beef. Gotcha. So Drake's dad always looks very interesting to me. By the way,
I don't know if he looks like a
old
character.
old school pimp, bro.
I don't know, man.
I don't know with the
Yeah.
shades and everything, especially the picture they got of him now. I'm gonna share my screen in a second.
I mean, honestly, Drake should have just let it be what it be, and Drake's dad shouldn't have got involved. You know.
True, true. Let's see. Proficient says Big Bang. I was 3 years old in '97. Says I would have had them hoes too. He says you had the OG jams. Big Bang says yeah. I was 12 in '97, bro. 96 joints. Big Bang says yes, sir. Had those high school when we finally came out. Big Bang says my homie had an OG Columbia 11 in fifth grade. He was already a size 14. Sheesh. God damn. How tall? I hope he was super tall. Like, shit. I know his parents was mad already. Bro, I know his parents was mad. Like, damn, we buying grown man shoes already. He says, damn, I was a freshman when the '09 pair dropped. I've never forgot that pair. Provision says, at big ass kid. He says, I'm talking about the 2000 pair, fifth grade. Says, okay, Divine Porter says, Drake has to understand people always gonna critique. Yeah, people are always gonna say something, man. To be honest, yeah. At the end of the day, who cares? Like, you dropped it, you know you're
It's more than just what Joe Budden said. It's personal for
personal,
Drake.
yeah.
It's personal, like I say, because they're gonna do it. Like they're podcasters who have a platform that people listen to. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they're gonna cover the latest music, the latest news that's going on, and that pertains to what people want to hear. And Drake just happens to be one of the biggest topics on whatever he does.
Yeah,
So for him to because you got to think people say stuff about him all the time. People comment on his his page personally about him. He doesn't say anything about it. But when Joe Budden says something, now he wants to comment and go that deep with it. Like, what do you still got against him? Like, just because there's something about him not accepting his apology or something that Drake, I don't know, it's some beef that Drake obviously still has with him.
Yeah.
And let's just hope that Birdman doesn't
I
mess with
believe
himself,
I believe Birdman has already spoken up, so I found some on that as well. So yeah, thank Birdman. I think he indirectly took a shot at a lot of the podcasters. He didn't say his name particular though, but I'm sure Birdman did speak up. I'm almost positive. Um, let's see. Provision says, "Oh, all right." Says yes. The OG Jams. Von Photo says Drake didn't have the same energy for Pusha T. He did, but Pusha was prepared, and Pusha like I feel like Pusha baited him in. Drake took the bait. And then remember when Drake dropped that diss and everybody's, oh, he ain't coming back from that. Pusha was like, all right, cool. It will be out in X amount of days. Cause it's like he had already pre-recorded it, but he went in and tweaked some things. And he dropped the bombshell, that personal line. And Drake literally responded. He's like, all right, joke's over. Like he's not responding anymore. He tapped out. I don't think he wanted with Pusha because Pusha had that personal, he hit that soft spot. Now that's
but I mean, what honestly at this point, I mean, what can really expose about him?
I don't know. It's probably some more stuff that we don't. There's a lot of stuff that still be floating.
Oh yeah, of course. But
I
mean, maybe that's just the first kid that's come out or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's my thing with Pusha. He lyrically, he's got it. He's kind of reminds me of like a Nas a little bit. He's got the bars, he's got the wordplay, he can catch the beats. He just doesn't. Nas has recently, he switched producers and he with Hit Boy. So now that's where, Nas is able to reinvent himself, so to speak. But I feel like Pusha hasn't found the best productions per se for some of his songs. And that's just where I'm at with it. Not to diss Pusha because I like him lyrically. But yeah, I just think he hasn't found the production, the right production for him. Whether Ye produced some or not, it's still, I feel like it's still, he got to put a little bit, he got to pick some more production because even Ye over the last years, he's, in another planet, just to be fair.
Oh, speaking here, did you see the most recent thing that he said about his wife, like that she like pretty much can't speak at all?
I saw.
Oh God, this guy, man.
Like he tried to, I'm like, dog, and she's gonna like go with that? Every woman I ever talked to, if you guys want, if they a little too quiet, you may want to watch your back. Not saying all women
talk a lot. Tell them to be quiet.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're not going to tell a woman to be quiet because you might as well. You better off just say like keep talking because at that point it just triggers something in their brain. They finna go off. Mm-hmm. But if he got, and who wants a puppet? That kind of reminds me of kind of like Coming to America. How he didn't want the chick that would do everything he says. Even if a person say they kind of want that, at the end of the day, you want something that can. I'm assuming you want something that can balance you out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. Like, it's like having a permanent yes man. Like, do whatever I say and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, does she have her own personality? I'm gonna just leave it at that. None of my business. But yeah, I saw that. Again, none of my business. But they keep putting it out there. You can't help but come across it if you open your phone.
Mm-hmm. Because how would you honestly know about that? How will we know about that? How would the world know about that unless especially if she can't talk?
Exactly.
Then who told them? Him.
Yeah. Exactly. He keeps saying he don't like the paparazzi, but I mean, how else they're getting that's you have to live with them to know that, I would assume.
Exactly, because we all heard that thing where, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is him too, where they tip the paparazzi off about where they're gonna be at and shit like that,
True.
Just so they got a media frenzy, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of that stuff is staged. I obviously he's doing that stuff in France. He's doing all that stuff just for attention,
When is he coming back to America?
I honestly, how is he still over there? They haven't banned him yet.
Don't put it in the air, Dunks.
Yeah, but usually if some stuff like that goes on, and with his track record, I'm surprised he was even allowed over there.
I mean, if he ain't broken no laws technically, then he's just really making a mockery over there. Is really. Yeah. Let's see. Provision says I'm not listening to that album. He put ASSS. Let's see. Big Bang says me neither. Ron Photo says the fact Birdman have to go around threatening folks that critique Drake's album is childish.
The whole thing is childish.
The whole thing is childish, true. And they're paying it's kind of one of those, to be honest. Now I was trying to take Drake's side a little bit, But to be real, it's kind of like, dude, get over it. So what? They don't like your album, keep it moving. Who cares?
Exactly. So you like literally the biggest artist in the world.
Yeah, like if not the, you're one of the biggest artists in the world. Pause. You know, you, what problem could you like? Why even let that get underneath your skin? You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he could have kept it simple. Just another hater. I'm gonna keep it moving though. You know what I mean? Something simple and not been overboard. Let's see. Big Bank laughing when Honey says, Jay, how much have you invested in your tattoos? Um, Funny, a tattoo artist asked me that. The dude that does my tattoos now. Um, couldn't even come up with a rough figure, man, because I've been doing it for like over 17 years. I probably don't want to think about it because then I'll probably be like, man, I really went too far. I don't even want to think about it, but definitely a lot because I don't try. I used to take that cheap route, but it don't really. I learned the hard way that the cheap route don't always come with the quality. So you might as well
Oh yeah.
some permanent. You might as well pay for like face tattoos. Pay for it. Don't have nobody that's new. You know what I mean? That's not where you start. And I just leave it at that. I see Divine Photo says there's a TikTok video of a street interviewer asking Gen Z and Gen Z and would give him $20 to name 3 Joe Budden songs. And I knew there was some agenda. Let's be real. I don't expect Gen Z to know 90s music. True. Um, Everybody gonna remember Pump It Up. I know though.
I
Joe.
mean, you'd be surprised.
I mean, yeah,
No,
but Joe.
Gen Z's not gonna know about no Pump It Up. Come on.
Yeah, true. Yeah, they're not. It was a hit, but it wasn't that big of a hit. Where I mean, to be honest, who's really still putting it on like as even on a throwback?
I mean, it was his label song. It was a
Yeah.
song that got him into the
Yeah.
mainstream pretty
What I
much.
I will give Joe this though. Those freestyle ciphers that he was on when they did back in the day on the BET joints, I love those. He goes in.
Well, I mean, and that's like clearly like what he shined at.
Yeah.
And
Um,
he wanted to take it to the mainstream route, and that didn't work out for him. He
yeah.
wasn't like built like for like mainstream. He
Yeah.
couldn't like, I don't know, like he couldn't. Maybe the songs they tried to write for him or the songs they wanted him to write, he couldn't do it. And like that Pump It Up was maybe, I'd say probably as far as he'd even go with it.
Yeah. I doubt he would ever make another Pump It Up song. Cause that, to be honest, listen to all his other raps for real. That only sound like something he would even come off the top of
Yeah,
his head on.
exactly. So I'm saying like there's some label stuff that they put out for him. Obviously he had to do it.
Yeah. Looks like we got Manny with the kicks in the building. Says, Yerp, what up, Manny?
Yo,
Big Bank says, Manny, what up? Says, what's up, Big Bank? Divine Photos, 100 with the salute. Manny with the kick says, Joe still tight over Drake. Wham his BM. Okay, so I didn't know that. So I guess Drake smashed Joe's baby mama. Is that true? I don't know. Divine Photo says salute to Manny. Divine Photo says real talk. Our favorite artist had a mid album we didn't like. I mean, this is true. I mean, to be honest, we all still listen to it. I think, to be honest, the way the album closed out, I loved it, but at the same time, I don't want to listen to the whole. I only go back and forth between 2 or 3 songs. But I mean, you could say that about anybody, though. I guess we're just used to Drake just dropping nothing but fire.
yeah,
But I mean, the guy's been doing it for over 10 years. Eventually, hate to say this, and I'm not saying this about Drake, but and eventually everybody's greatest run comes to an end from any sport, from any music to any like top of the line actor. You do descend where you got to transition out slowly, and you can say
yeah,
that about Wayne. You can take it to the football and say Tom Brady, obviously, Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? You could take it where you could see where it was just, hey, when it's time to like hang it up. And Joe, I feel like to give him credit, he knew when it's time to hang up the belt for like rapping, and he he transitioned into podcast, and that was actually kind of smart. And to be honest, not to defend Joe, but it's kind of like that across the board. If we're going to compare it to sports, what do you see when that latest, like I say, like Shaquille O'Neal, then he goes to their stuff is not considered podcasting, but he goes to like they're talking during the games and commentary. and those type of shows. That's basically the sports podcasting that never really was officially podcasting. It just they had a bigger national audience. So they do it in sports. So I feel like we can't. Is that really a diss that Drake threw at him, saying like, "Okay, cool, you went and turned into a podcaster because your rap career sucked," or did he just slowly transition? I think he slowly transitioned out very well.
Exactly, because I mean, you got to think what Joe Budden was already when he came out with Pump It Up. He was probably already about 20 in his late 20s, maybe.
Yeah.
So obviously, he was already closer to 30 than he was 20. So I mean, over the last 15, almost 20 years that song came out, maybe. They say, yeah, he just figured like, hey, I don't got nothing left in this either, like, and obviously they're not gonna let me make what I want to make, I'm not gonna be like some middle age, pop rapper,
Yeah.
So he, like I said, yeah, he transitioned to if they're not let me make the music I want to make, then I'll talk about the music,
Yeah. He's still in it. He's talking about I think it's fair. It's just like it makes sense for the people who retire early out of sports, either go coach or they go doing one of the sports shows. It makes sense because they were just on the field or court or whatever they play up on,
Exactly.
So he was just in the rap game, still borderline is because I mean if he wants to make a song, I'm sure he can. But I personally have watch where Joe Budden said he's already answered the question of why he does the podcasting over rapping. He said it's more money and it's easier. I mean, because to get on a level, I guess, to make the type of money you want to make, you got to be doing Drake numbers. And, ain't no telling how many people is coming out of that pot, too. But, I mean, as long as he keep making the hits, he's going to be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Drake is probably paying well over 100 people.
If not more.
Yeah.
If not more.
He still, still find a way, to be on top and, have all the things that he needs. Mainly because almost everything is just given to him anyway. So,
Yeah, true. Let me see. Manuel Kick says Facts Divine and J. Cole destroyed Drake on that track also. I think they held their own, but yeah, if we're gonna compare, J. Cole did kind of I don't know if you heard the song, but yeah, they did a song together. J. Cole, he's been kind of in the middle too for me as well. So I'm hoping his next project really shines. But I would have loved to have Kendrick on that track too. I think it should have had one more person. It should have had Kendrick. You know what I mean? I feel like y'all are because that's Drake basically said who's the best, between who's the best, Cole, Drake, or Kendrick. So he's basically took a word on play off of one of Jay-Z's last one of his first albums where he said who's the greatest, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. That was kind of probably the wordplay and the inspiration for that line. So I mean, I thoroughly listened to the album. It's little things like that you got to pick up on. And then I think honestly, I started out in the gym when it dropped Friday morning. It dropped at 6 or whatever, which was kind of weird. But I literally just pressed play in the gym and I just let it run all the way through my workout. So that's why I was able to really zone out. Let's see. Big Bang says, "Pump it up," laughing.
Hey, but it made him a lot of money.
But yeah, I mean,
probably not. Nah, the label probably took all of it.
Yeah, the label probably ate off that, but it did get his name out there because I mean, it's one of those you can still spit it on there. I know he did a song with Wiz Khalifa and somebody else. I kind of like that joint. On his way out the door when he did a song, that was like one I think some of the latest people he worked with. Levon Photo says, for example, I like Jay-Z, and people out there say that Blueprint 2, The Gift, and the Curse album wasn't all that good. I'm one of those people, Devon, to say that about Jay. Especially that one album he did that was the album was all red. I forgot that one. That one was complete trash, and I'm mad because I bought that one. That's when we still had CDs out. But the Black album went hard though. I like the Black album. Jay-Z's has some, he don't hit on every song either. And to be honest, I don't want to listen to any of a whole Jay-Z album. It's got some songs, but I don't want to listen to it all the way through.
There's some people that like, multiple songs. There's some people that only like one song. There's some people who like the whole album,
Yeah. Nas used to make albums where it just grew with you over time. You had to keep listening. But he can't. He obviously he reinvented himself, and he still got his core fan base. But he couldn't have dropped those songs now, where you had to literally go in because people attention spans are so short. It's not because he didn't have the talent of the bars. Just he came out when his time he was supposed to come out. And maybe we can say that about Drake. What he's doing is making sure he still appeals to the audience. But I mean, like,
But what audience, you know?
yeah, he's in a rock and a hard place. He don't know where to, if we gonna really dissect it, he's in my opinion, and this whole live is alleged, by the way, just in case.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I just feel like he's in a rock and a hard place. He don't know where he wants to go. He don't want to know if he want to cross all the way over there yet and take that gamble, or still just keep doing what's working. And I also read somewhere where he supposedly is going to be taking a break a little bit.
Yeah, for health reasons, he says.
All right.
Yeah, maybe, like I said, with this year off, as he says, maybe he'll reinvent himself when he comes back.
Yeah, maybe he just needs some time to chill. I didn't know he actually ghost wrote for Drake. I mean, not for Drake, but Dre. I think he threw some lines out there say he ghost wrote for Dr. Dre. So
Ooh, Drake,
yeah, he said
when?
that. I don't know. I got an article up. I'm gonna read through that joint real quick. Let's see. Big Bank says Drake needs time off. The Mind Photo says the issue is fanboys will never admit their favorite artist or athlete aren't the same like how they were before. Yeah. I mean, you got to know when it's time. They like your homies don't. They are your favorite artists. Is just not their time anymore, so to speak. So let me just share my screen real quick. We'll go through a couple of Drake articles, and then we're going to transition over to over to Puffy, the Mace comment he made. The comment Mace made about Puffy. So pretty much, I'm just gonna go down the timeline real quick of this whole Joe Budden and Drake beef because this stuff has been going on for years. So pretty much says Joe Budden criticized Drake's new album for all the dogs on a recent podcast episode. Drake blasted Joe Budden on Instagram, calling Budden a poster child of frustration and surrendering. So yeah, he definitely touched a nerve. The pair first clash in 2016 after Joe Budden criticized Drake's fourth album, Views. I personally liked Views. Did you get it? Do you know that one? Views had a few.
I haven't listened to a full Drake album.
So you're ever. So safe to say you just listen to probably the main major hits that you have no choice because they're in heavy rotation.
Yeah.
All right, so you one of those. Got you. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. Because at the end of the day, hey, if you don't listen to what you like, that's the difference. That's why there's so many people that do music. Says Drake and Joe Budden have revived their heated feud. Let's see. The latest drama between the pair sparked when live streamer DJ Academics shared a recent episode of Budden's self-titled podcast on the Instagram account Saturday. The clip, Budden deprived Drake's new album For All My Dogs, saying the Canadian rapper is rapping for the kids, like the kids, the streams, and the accolades. I mean, you kind of got. Okay, I get it now. So he's saying Drake is just trying. He's only working for the numbers now versus actually doing it for like the actual love of hip hop, from what it seems like.
Accolades, like he said. I mean, I guess he said he's doing it for the accolades, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I mean, he's not doing it for at this point, he's not doing it for the love of it anymore,
Yeah, and so many.
At a certain point, he did, he did love it. You could tell. But I think
if that's at the stance of what Joe Budden meant, bro, I wouldn't even Drake. Yeah, come on, man. That low-key really wasn't maybe it's just if you watch the podcast because I did. His tone wasn't the nicest, but I mean, when you really read it out like this, like how calm we are. Doesn't seem all that bad.
Yeah, but Drake has an ego, I see it, clearly, and with it being Joe Budden, it was just the perfect moment,
And Drake, I would assume, is one of those people that got quite a few yes men around him.
But what I want to know is when does Drake even have time to even be on Instagram or to comment,
I mean, to be honest, he got a whole team at this point. I'm assuming he's not. You know how when you first start off, you got to do everything.
Told him what to type or something,
Yeah, exactly. He said everything out loud, and homie's like, "All right, I'm gonna clean it up. I got you." I'm assuming allegedly. But this is my thing too. Yeah, Drake. I'm assuming he probably has plenty of co-writers versus when he first came out. It was literally all probably him. And 40 is his. Like we've talked about this before with 40, where who do you know? And I'm talking his person who makes his beat, his production. Who do you know who else he's produced for?
Yeah.
Remember that
Um,
conversation we had?
that's yeah. That's funny you said that about the ghostwriters because I was having this conversation with a coworker, uh, and we were like that at this point, uh, Drake so busy, like he doesn't even have time to write music anymore. All his stuff is probably pre-written for him. He just does his little tweaks to it.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of these artists have come out that we found that didn't use writers or thought that didn't use writers that actually use writers. So I
At a
mean,
certain point, you got to, because you can't just like have 36, 40 songs just ready written like for what I'm saying, to cover 3 or 4 or 5 albums, and they all have to make sense and obviously to go on the album. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, true.
Because obviously all of them are gonna be radio friendly, label ready. So that's when at a certain point you're gonna have to have those writers come in.
Yeah, I mean Drake because he's dropping damn near 2 albums a year now.
Yeah, and
Back
that's
how many times we seen now? Like if you go back, even if you take it back to Wayne time, because Wayne was that next like I think after Wayne came Drake, but and we can argue in between there other people too, but we're just keeping it about Drake tonight. But Wayne, you know, put out a lot of music too, but
mhm.
he had the same situation. I'm not saying anybody wrote for Wayne or not, because it got to the point where I think Wayne don't write anymore. But you listen to a lot of his music, you can tell. I hope you didn't write that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
And
mean,
Wayne still get his credit where credit is due, man.
mhm.
Um, Says Drake fired back on a lengthy comment on the post the same day, mocking Joe Budden's career and questioning his influence in rap industry. He says, "We know you doing this for you. You withdrew from rap not because you accomplished all the needs to cause it was working for you." Drake wrote, "Yeah, that's too much, bro. Like even that little short little paraphrase, like
Mhm.
yeah, it wasn't even that. It's not that deep, bro.
I call him a quitter and a failure
Yeah."
and all this stuff. Like, come on.
Yeah, so I think this is a quick little breakdown. I'm gonna run through it real quick, and then we're gonna cut to the Mace and Diddy thing. It says May 2016, Budden criticized Drake fourth studio album Views, which I guess he says that was. He says I don't think that. I mean, that's what he does, though. If you think about it, that's kind of Joe's job now.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I think probably the straw on this one where he did say something about 40. He says, I think the kid on the album that I heard sounds a real effing uninspired. Uh, that music sounds good and I enjoy it, Budden said before referring to Drake's collaborator and producer, Noe 40. So his name is Noah, but we'll just say 40. Says 40, you sound amazing. 40 continues to progress. Drake, you do not. I mean, 40's the production guy, man. And you know, Pusha took short shots at 40 before too, but anyway, we're gonna keep that moving. 2016, Budden believed Drake dissed him during the 4 p.m. in Calabasas. So Drake does these songs. So I'm gonna try to see what he thought. So this is the quote. I guess he thinks that it says he snapped just now, even though if he dissed me and puffed the whole time, he ain't sound that inspired in a minute to me. Joe Budden wrote. I'm trying to see if we can find the actual diss because I don't think they don't have the breakdown of where he actually dissed him though. But that's what Budden said. So apparently Drake probably taking little shots here and there. That's another thing too that I don't really like about today's rappers versus back in the day rappers too. Slightly off mode, but on mode. I don't like the sneak dissing or the like you got to read between the lines because they're being so they use so much play on words to the point where like if you from the outside looking in, you'll know who they talking about until you're like, oh, because he said this and this and this. That's about Pusher, or this and this is about Buster. I hate the sneak diss.
I mean,
That's
I
what
don't know if you follow. It's crazy because I've saw it twice today. I don't know if you follow Wallow or anything.
I've
Uh,
only seen the $1 Million Podcast, but I don't really follow him on the medias.
yeah,
But
but he was talking about how you know pretty much rap is like it's just like been marginalized. It's just down to like just um, flashy jewelry, um, heavy drug use, and violence, pretty much, And you have to be pretty much doing like something almost insulting to get attention.
Yeah, I think that comes with rap in general, but now
Nah,
they what
it's
like
not so. Not back in the day, you could have been yourself, and
yeah, but they didn't have to rap. They were living that lifestyle not by choice back then, because if you the hottest like rapper at the time, you pretty much
just
somebody going they looking out to take you down.
think about this. Look how long it took Nas to get that tooth fixed. Now,
Hey,
no, no,
but
I'm just saying.
I was drinking, man.
But now, think about it now. They'll either A, go put those big veneers in their mouth, or B,
Hey, some
they'll just put a grill straight over that chipped tooth.
hey,
You know what I'm saying?
so-
So
some of them veneers though be looking like straight horse teeth.
yeah, yeah. So I'm saying, so Nas kept it pure and real, and he, now, they it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, but I'm also trying to say too though, like back then though, they was not a lot. It was the gangster rap stuff. You couldn't really rap it unless you was really living it. Now it's kind of like you kind of have to spit it whether you're living it or not.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like
Yeah,
gangster rap to me always was kind of really West Coast. I think of nothing but West Coast back then. I ain't
and
gonna,
yeah, and like you said, you have to actually live it to be, I
no,
guess, rapid. But I mean, NWA didn't, but
yeah.
but
So
still, it goes to a certain level, and like you said, that it's almost like now they just, you have to do it even if you don't even live that life.
yeah, true. Let me read through the rest of this. It says Budden dissed Drake and other rappers on his song "Making a Murder Part 1" the same month. So he clapped back because he thought he pretty much took a shot at him. Says July 2016, Drake mocks Budden's song "Pump It Up" during a concert. So I mean, you can't mention whether Joe want to accept this or not. You can't mention Joe Budden without mentioning "Pump It Up"
But
to
I
me.
mean, how how long is that joke gonna be able to last? Because this is back in 2016. This
Yeah,
is what like
2023.
yeah. So this is
Yeah.
7 years later. Come on, let it go.
Yeah, true. Actually, the song is older than that. This is when Drake actually
I
said
know,
something
I
about
know.
it. Yeah, so
But I'm
yeah,
just saying, that joke alone is 7 years old.
yeah. I think a lot of people let that go because he's proven himself over that.
Hmm.
Let's see. 2016, Drake made a subtitle jab at Joe Budden after two fans tried to follow Budden to his house. Oh yeah, and he chased him with the rock. I remember that one. He had a big rock. I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe he didn't want no company, bro. Um, the pair continue to send petty remarks toward one another this month, including speculation Drake dissed Budden on No Shopping. Oh yeah, okay. So that was all back in 2016. So back in 2019, two continued to sporadically clash, like when Drake clowned Budden's pool party. Yeah, at this point, it's just petty kids. This is my thing. Whatever hey, at this point, either y'all gonna fight or not. If y'all ain't gonna do nothing, both of y'all need to. I mean, Drake, accept that man, just what he do. That's part of his job, and keep rapping. I'm
Exactly.
not picking Joe's side in this one, but I mean, hell, somebody got to take the high road here because at this point, y'all sound like both of them really acting like some petty like kids.
Hmm.
That's where I'm at with it. Like I said, got a right to defend yourself, but somebody needs to stop talking about who. And I'm pretty sure Drake, if he was here, right, he sound like that kid that would be like, think about it. If you and your child, or you think about if you was at school, you the teacher and two kids, but he started it. That's basically what Drake would probably be saying right now. You
Yeah.
know, think about it. Let's say like it was like, hey
Well,
yo,
we've all known and seen the memes of Drake being overly sensitive, So,
yeah, yeah.
he clearly showed that.
Yeah, but that's just where that's where I feel like he's acting with it because I'm like, dude, you ain't had to do all that. But he started it, is what he would be that kid.
Hmm.
Let's see. 2020, the two appeared to have reconciled when Drake appeared on Budden's Instagram live to discuss music. So I mean, but this is my thing. That just goes back to defend Joe. Really, if you think about it, he's just doing his job.
Mhm.
2022, Drake mock pumping up
Well,
again.
honestly, I'm gonna think, yeah, that Joe Budden probably thought that they were all good. You know?
Yeah. And then, of course, in 2022, Drake mocked Pump It Up again. So I'm with you. That's kind of getting kind of old. So, and literally, that's how they wrote it in this article too. So even and that's their like indirect way of saying like, all right, find another joke, buddy. You
Hmm.
know. And then it says October 2023, Budden trash for all my dogs viral clip. I don't. He didn't trash it. He just was saying that it would have been nice to like see some
Hmm.
growth. That's all it is. I feel like that was a fair critique. He was just a
Yeah.
little he was just a little rough with it. That's all, you know. Um, hopefully this just goes there. I think Drake ain't really about it like he keeps claiming it. So I mean, I don't think he really has nothing to do for it. Now. As far as what Birdman started saying all that stuff over Drake and Charlamagne, dog, if you do anything in life, you're gonna be critiqued. I'm pretty sure people critique my videos, like whether I like it or not. Keep it moving. When somebody say like, "Hey, yo, you messed up here in the third," cool. I just say thank you, and I'm gonna try to improve next time.
Hmm.
You know, but I get it. Drake's probably looking at like he's probably been at the top for so long and doing all the nothing for so long. He's basically indirectly saying that everybody should be, I guess, overly respecting him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah,
you
that's
froze again.
yeah. I see. I'm gonna see if I can reset it. I'll just have to probably unplug it. But yeah, it's kind of weird to me on that one, man. So I don't feel like that's fair enough for him to do that. So hold on real quick. Let me see if I can get things back right. I know I kind of went out. Give me like 2 seconds. It's trying to like, because honestly, I think I just had to reconnect my joint. It's funny, I wasn't doing that. Like, it wasn't doing that before. Let me see if I can bring it back. And boom, here. Cool. She'll be back in action. I'm good. Cool,
Hmm.
cool.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so long story short, yeah. I mean, to be honest, take the critique and move the freak on. You know what I mean? It is what it is. That's what Joe does now. People think about it, it happens in all the sports too. Even if like whoever's Mr. Perfect player you can think of all time, even they'll be like, well, LeBron should have went in this way, this and that third. It's a indirect. They're not saying you. I guess he look at it like Joe Budden said he sucked, but it's like he's not saying you suck. He wanted to see something different.
Hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that's coming from a podcaster that talks about music, which also happened to do music himself. So you know.
Exactly. So I think hopefully that's where it stops right here. Let's close out the last like 15 minutes with Mace allegedly saying there's ties to Tupac's murder suspect Keefe D. So I'm gonna read through this article real quick, and then we're gonna wrap things up for the night. It says Mace may have resolved his long-standing publishing dispute with Diddy, but eventually he hasn't forgotten about another of Puff's alleged misleads. Namely, he's rumored ties to Tupac's murder suspect Keefe D. Keefe D arrest is connection with Pac's 1996 killing came up as a talking point during the Mace and Cameron Sports Talk Show this week with special guest comedian Bubba Dub calling it to top trash moment of the week. So basically, he said that I saw a little bit of that, but basically, he was saying Keefe D pretty much told on himself, you know. But at the same time, he had already admitted to some information a long time ago. Says so. It says, "Wait, where do I know the name from?" This is what Mace said. I remember watching this. He says the name sounds familiar. The former Bad Boy rapper sarcastically asked, prompting surprised laughter from his Dipset co-host. So apparently, obviously, Cameron probably already know the story because that's his other co-host, by the way, for the people who don't know. After Mace doubled down on his Fox ignorance by asking the question again, Bubba Dub played along with the joke, replying, "Yeah, you know." And then so he says, "No, for real, I don't know what you're talking about." The Harlem native pleaded in deathpan fashion, to which Bubba answered, "Bad boy,"
Wow.
while hitting Puff's signature Diddy bop in the chair.
Wow.
You know when he used to do the little,
Yeah.
yeah. You know what I'm talking about. He says,
Yeah.
the room then felt silent as I pray Tupac gets justice, whoever is involved, prompting Cameron to throw his hands up and shake his head while laughing. So sounds like Mace knows something that probably could lead back to maybe
Yeah.
some truth that lies what Keefe D was talking about. We don't know. Um, Mace said, I don't even mean that in no joking way, Mace asked. So he's saying Tupac should get his justice because maybe what this means, and maybe Diddy didn't do anything, but
Mhm.
maybe somebody along there knows way more that could really help the situation get solved a lot faster.
Yeah.
You know, I don't doubt that Suge Knight don't know. You know, I mean, he did get
But he
graced by.
already said he's not gonna speak, so
Yeah, he already said he's not going to speak, but he has to know, in my
Oh yeah,
opinion.
of course. That and why do you think he won't speak?
Yeah, because some tells me it'll get him more. It ain't gonna work out in his favor.
Hmm.
Also, something tells me is, and this is just my opinion, and I said this last time we went on a live like this. I'm almost positive whoever did XYZ to Pop, I guarantee you, should them have already that person don't exist anymore. Whoever did it, right? I bet you they don't exist on this earth.
They probably didn't exist probably a month after it
I
happened.
would say, yeah, I give it, yeah, probably a month or less. This is my thing because this is my thing. They both looked over at that traffic light. He saw it and got down, but I'm pretty sure that he was able to get back and twist the story together. Like, oh hell, there's no way. It ain't like today's rap where somebody do XYZ and you don't slide back. And I'm taking the Dirk and Von route here. Granted, I don't blame Dirk for not taking moves for that situation. Whole nother line, whole nother topic. But back then, you had to slide, and you had to slide quickly. You don't wait a whole few years later. You like you said, within that month, whoever did it, they'd gone too. Point blank, period. You know. Now I don't know who was involved or what it is, but like I said, I bet you should know. You know, that's why
Oh
he
yeah,
ain't
he's
tripping.
like literally the key piece, the key piece they need.
Yeah, most definitely. Ashley says, "Hey, everybody," and then the Slayer says, "Suge definitely knows." Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, he knows.
he's
Like
like
I ain't know.
literally the key that they need, and he's not moving. He's not budging.
Yeah, because I wouldn't be surprised, and I don't know if he gave up all the information and they trace it back somehow. Not that he's involved with Pac situation, but whoever that did do it that don't exist no more is probably gonna get him in a lot of trouble.
So that because that's still a murder.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, it's still gonna lead back now in a good way. And everybody, yeah, you get the credit, like, man, you really rode for Tupac. Yeah, and I gotta go do 50 years now. Like, yeah, I don't think you want to, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Long as the right people know, and I guess he's good with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, says Diddy alleged connection with Tupac's murder largely rests on comments made by Keefy D during his police confession in 2008. He claimed that he had discussed $1 million deal with Puff in the mid of the 90s to, knock Pac off. I'm not going to use the word because I know how YouTube is.
Mhm.
Tupac and Suge. So apparently it was supposed to be both of them, but they didn't get both. And that's a thing too. That's another thing. If you're gonna take care of a job, you got to take care of everything around there because again, but he's lucky that Suge's not that person because this is my thing. Suge could have easily just went to court and testified XYZ and had these guys locked up a long time ago, but I don't think that's
Yeah.
how that ain't gonna cut it, because they
Hmm.
still gonna most likely still be breathing and
Well, and at that point, I feel like they would have. At this point, they probably would have been out.
yeah, true. Yeah, so it just yeah, I'm no genius here. Safe to say Suge he's a true street guy. He gets it back in the streets. I'm gonna put it this way. If we seen the video of what he did on a straight out of Compton joint, I don't want to know what he did with the stuff he's gotten away with,
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that. The Southside Compton Crip told detectives that Diddy told him during a meeting at Green Blatt's Deli in Los Angeles that he wanted to get rid of them. But that don't mean that's still indirectly though. That don't mean
Yeah.
Diddy really put the
Exactly.
hit
He
out.
can say what he wants. You know.
Come on, man. They really tripping. That's a stretch. He's stretching, and I'm talking Keefy D because that's where the quote is from. It says after Pac's murder in September 1996. However, Keefy D said that the Southside Compton Crips never received the alleged $500,000 payment from Puff. I thought it was $1 million. So what do you do? Half up front and supposed to get a half later?
I would assume.
Okay. Says authorities, it should be noted, believe The drive-by shooting that killed Pac was retaliation for Keefy D's nephew Orlando Anderson, who was attacked by the All Eyes on Me rapper and his entourage inside of MGM Grand in Las Vegas. I will say, from what I seen on the video, that was one hell of a punch. Yeah, they stumped the hell. Like, yeah, that was
Adams.
yeah. Ooh, hey, yeah. That I'm sorry. Like, yeah. I mean, the guy. What was he supposed to do, man? You know, damn. You know. Anderson says a Southside Compton Crip who is believed to have been the gunman allegedly stole the chain of Death Row's affiliate months earlier. So, okay, cool. They recognize him, and that's where it went. So, and I remember this. Diddy has denied being involved in Tupac's murder, telling the LA Weekly in 2011 that Keefy D's story was pure fiction and completely ridiculous. I'm assuming, though, even if Keefy D is telling the truth, if they don't have no proof that this all went down, it's it is what it is. It does feel like Pac is being vindicated because back in them days when things were going down, everybody thought he was crazy. He may not have expressed it properly, but it doesn't mean he was wrong. So we'll see. Yeah, Keefy D, to be honest, dog, where has he been all this time? And apparently he lives in Vegas. I'm surprised, like, I don't know. Like, why come out with all this stuff and do all the interviews now? And
something had to have had happened.
Yeah, some people want to say, like, yeah, he's been living with that guilt for so long. Like, no, I don't think that's it. I'm pretty sure. I hope he didn't do these interviews for free. Because now he ain't free,
Yeah.
Hope Vlad and them paid, and that's another thing too. I don't have no ill will against Vlad, but people are giving him the credit for quote unquote helping solving the case. I'm like, no, he did not. Like, that man, he asked that man some questions and he ended up talking too much. And then he brought out that book he wrote years ago. Like, I don't think we should give all the credit to Vladimir. Sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? But, like, come on, man. This stuff has been out there a long time ago. I mean, and Keefy D pulls up to do the interview, then it is what it is. So, I mean, at the same time, he said he wasn't going to answer the question. Like, I don't know if you've even seen the interview, but I watched it. He said he won't answer the questions, and then I'm answering the questions. Like, he's like, man, I can't really answer the questions. But all I'm going to say is, and when you say that, before you know it, you don't say the whole thing. Says, let's see, the Slayer says, we need an actual good Tupac and Biggie movie. Thank you, too, man. You know what? We're going to close things out on that tonight. All the movies that have been made about them have been not good. Why? They need as big a story as that is and life-changing event. That should have been picked up by major Hollywood. Like the Notorious B.I.G. movie, I couldn't watch it because it wouldn't hold my attention. And I love Notorious B.I.G., but they just didn't do a good job on the quality. The only actor they got right was Biggie. The person that played Biggie.
Yeah.
The person that played Diddy. Don't give me Diddy.
Who played Pac?
Yeah, that sucked. And the person who played Faith Evans, that wasn't good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no. Like, and then the Pac movie, the hype behind you got this is my thing, dog. You got too much. They spent too much time on that movie finding the person that looked exactly like Pac and sent the guy to act cool and this, that, and the third. I'm like, yeah, cool, but at the same time, he got to have a whole.
What they sent him to acting school?
Yeah, he didn't. He's not an actor. He would. Why you think? Have you seen him in anything else? No, and not as because his acting sucked. Granted, it wasn't the best in that movie. It was also the timing, the stuff like that. Even 50, I remember him making fun of it. Said he saw them had like a damn iPhone 5 and iPhone 8 in the movie. And it's like, yo, that wasn't out back then. Why y'all got that? Basically. And I will say this story, it would have been nice to have somebody with better production. That's where the executive producer stuff really comes in. You know what I mean? So that's where all that comes in. You know what I mean? So, like, I ain't gonna say 50. Sometimes he was on to that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's my thing. Like, he's not wrong. But yeah, we definitely need a better like Pac movie. We need a better like
Yeah,
Notorious
but
B.I.G. movie. Because if
you
you think
know,
about it, I like NWA Straight Outta Compton. That
mhm.
was a great movie. You know?
Yeah, but you don't want to keep doing them. Then they just get watered down.
Yeah, but I mean, if you do it right, then it'll be people will notice the difference.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course.
And that's my thing with it. But I get
But
what you're saying.
then
We
when
don't.
other ones that's come out at this point, people will be like, another one.
Yeah. Apparently it was supposed to be like I don't see why they didn't the same people that did Straight Outta Compton, like NWA joint, they should have did the Pac movies and the Notorious B.I.G. movie. They did that way before that one, I think.
How come Snoop hasn't gotten his movie yet?
Uh Good question. To be honest, I don't know. Like, I mean, Snoop, I
This
feel like
man's done so much. This man's a legend.
yeah, he's a legend. He's put the work in, he's put the time in. I'm gonna give him his credit where
He's definitely got a story.
oh,
So
yeah, he's definitely got a story, and you got to see it from his point of view. So I think, to be honest, and I say this with he should jump on it while he's still here. Hopefully, nothing ever happens to him soon. But I think what helps with the Straight Outta Compton, like Drake was still, I mean, not Drake, but Dr. Dre still alive, Ice Cube still alive. Granted, Easy E wasn't, but I mean, they were able to get that. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And
90% of the cast was still alive. So
yeah,
they
so
were able to pull it off, and they could critique and depict the movie and tell the story how they wanted it to be told, minus Eric.
yeah, pretty much, and that's probably why Suge was mad because he knew that you know if he wasn't gonna be looking in the best of light. You know,
Because yeah, had had Easy E still been here, uh, if the movie had even come out, um, and if it did, it would have probably been told a different way.
yeah, probably would have been some changes to it.
Oh yeah,
Um, let's see. Slayer says we. Let's see. The Slayer says I almost went blind with those movies. Honestly, I couldn't even sit through them. The only one I could sit through was Straight Outta Compton. Other than that, the rest of them, like I either fell asleep or I just couldn't watch it all the way through. I'm like, I didn't necessarily live the situation, but I said I know so much about the situation because they've done so many. And this is probably where you're coming in. We've seen so many TV specials done on it, so many like 60-minute stuff done on like you. It's all over the place where it's in your face. So like,
yeah,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. I get it easily where you can be like, dog, I don't even want to hear it no more. You know, or how many ways can you tell it? So the only thing they can really do is try to bring better actors and better quality. But I mean, the story in theory, if it was told correctly, should be stay the same, you know.
yeah,
And at the time, I think Pac's mom was living, which I don't think she's no longer with us. So R.I.P. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Afeni Shakur. You know, that's how I speak these people's moms like it's like like I'm there. You know, that's just how well known he is.
yep,
So yeah, just the something like a Pac movie and a Biggie movie. I agree. I don't think we can redo them over, or if they do, it's gonna be so much pressure where like we're gonna always base it off the last one, you
yeah,
know. So it's gonna be a lot of pressure to even do something like that. So, but yeah, they needed better movies. I'm gonna leave it like that,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
I mean, if they, like you said, if they did them right and from the ground up and retold the stories right, possibly,
Yeah. So that's my only thing where I'm at with that. But yeah, other than that, man, that's pretty much what all I got for us tonight. We're gonna wrap things up here a little bit early. I know we've been on this joint almost at the 30-minute mark. We will be back on Wednesday with another sold out live, another sold out podcast. Sorry for the freezes and stuff like that. It didn't do it on Saturday, but I guess Monday is just not a good day or whatever. But I think I found a good way to at least bring me back for a little bit, so I'm not
yeah,
mad at it too much. Other than that, yeah. So that's pretty much gonna wrap things up. I think that Drake and Joe Budden both. Drake, obviously, Joe Budden gonna keep doing what he's doing. Drake, keep making music and keep it moving. I mean, yeah, defend yourself, but I mean, at the same time, I don't want you getting too in your feelings about the situation where like I gotta read a nursery rhyme or something,
yeah,
and then with a whole bunch of subliminals. Granted, he was really direct with that, but like, dog, say what you're gonna say and call it a fucking day.
hmm
Period. Because y'all ain't finna pull up and fight, and that just would go probably break the internet, you know. And then Baby, aka Birdman, dog. how is it that Birdman always got something to say and we never hear from Slim? And I'm gonna just keep it moving.
Shows. Yeah.
Slim literally works behind the scenes, collects his checks, and goes the hell home. You may find him for every Slim interview, you're gonna find 20 Birdman interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Like Slim don't want to be a rapper. He just want to literally do his job, executive produce, get his checks, and boom. Like, I mean, hell,
Good.
hell,
It's spot.
yeah. Only reason we know who Slim is because he is extremely tall and looks like way different from Birdman.
Yeah.
You know, I'm saying I'm not gonna say one of those like, man, I was gonna say you could easily just walk past and wouldn't know it's him. You gonna know it's him because we know how he stands out. But what I'm saying all I say is like, hell, if you didn't know, you would think he's just a regular person, just regularly working.
Yeah.
He ain't flashy or nothing. I bet you he got so much crazy stuff that he just don't. He's a private person.
Yeah.
Moves in silence, man. So I respect Slim, and I respect Birdman too. You know, but he wasn't gonna let this go untouched.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's one of those people that kind of takes it a little bit too far too. But I will say he doesn't go on a Drake's level, like where it's like whiny. Birdman seems like another person I wouldn't want to play with either. Pause. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. So, if you got anything else for us, man, we can wrap things up for the night.
Nah, I think we're good. We covered topics. So everybody enjoy the rest of their week. Like you said, we'll be back Saturday. I don't think we got anything major dropping. Even still, not even on Saturday.
Not on Saturday. Wednesday, we'll see what kind of stories pop up to get the live on Wednesday. And then we'll be back on Saturday. But yeah, nothing really crazy. But like I told y'all in the beginning, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm not mad at it. Everything is being paid. I ain't got to really stretch this and move this and work some numbers to cop this. I'm kind of, what I mean? I'm just moving light. Even with the live messing up. Normally I would have freaked out, but I'm like, man, whatever. Do what you got to do. We getting back in action. I ain't even tripping off of it. Yours went down. My shit went down. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't letting nothing phase me right now. But yeah, other than that, man, yeah. This is another Music Monday. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Smash the like button. Sub up to the channel if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones and I make content about sneakers, occasional try-on hauls. Y'all know this is Music Monday. We'll be back on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Smash that like button. Sign up for that Sold Out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. And it is free to sign up. Appreciate y'all for coming through and kicking it with us. And I'm going to let Dunks take us out.
Hey, everybody just enjoy the rest of your week, man. And, if you enjoy the Drake album, listen to it. If you don't, then, just say what you got to say about it. But clearly, we all see that he got his opinion. So he's going to say what he's going to say. It's whatever he knows is the business he got in. It's been going on since music's been going on. So, he's no exception to the rules. So just roll with the punches. And like you said earlier, make your money, make your music, go home, But besides that, I think, that's pretty much it.
All right, man. And we're officially out this thing, man. Peace.
Peace.
My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. Good enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. But my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December.